Hello, my name is Dominic Jones and this is my video diary 1. We were tasked with just tracking day 1 of our week-long nutrition and health journey, and I'm here to tell you how that went for me. So for my pre-evaluation, I noticed some good and bad things. I'll start off with the good things. I noticed that I was eating at home and utilizing and cooking with whole foods, which is a plus. I think that's important, especially when trying to maintain and get back to a healthy lifestyle, just because you're not doing so much processed foods. You're doing, your proteins, your carbs at a lower, for me, a lower amount, your fruits and veggies. And that in turn, combined with the working out, can have amazing results. So I noticed that. I also cut out the fried food, so it's no fried foods. I think, again, with that, it was for convenience and it's a quick, easy meal, but you're not really getting any nutritional value with that. And it can, over time, it can lead to like a lot of weight gain and just overall health problems. So I cut those out, and then also adding my prebiotics, probiotics, and then also my fermented food, which the fermented food gives you some of those, pre and probiotics. So I have my kimchi, my kombucha, my kvass, and also my fermented veggies, my pickles and my radishes. So incorporating those in with those whole food meals, you're hitting your macros, but also you're getting, that gut benefit, to aid with digestion. So for my second, kind of like category, I would say my hydration. I do bring this around with me daily, so I fill it up about 2 or 3 times, but it's only 30 ounces. So I want to get to that 3-gallon goal. I need to fill this up more, or in turn get a bigger kind of like flask or a jug to ensure that I'm hitting those 3 gallons every day just to stay hydrated. Third, for my physical activity, that was one of my weakest points. I usually walk 3 miles in the morning, wake up around 5:30, walk 3 miles in the morning, but just because of school getting busy, the workload and things like that, and also it's cold outside, I have slacked off with that. And to me, it's kind of disappointing because I was really in a groove with that. I was averaging about, with that early morning walk, I was averaging about 5,000 steps almost. And then when I got to school, if my class was in Martina or somewhere over there, I would park further just to get those steps, and I was averaging around like 12 to maybe 15k steps a day. And then on the higher end, with more walking, maybe walking the dog, walking with family and things like that, I was averaging maybe 27,000 steps. So I want to get back to that point because I did notice a significant boost in just my mood, my mental health, spiritual health, and it was just a way to kind of like get out the house. But just with different things going on, I just know I need to get back to that, because I know that was a way to kind of just be healthier. Also the weightlifting as well, 3 or 4 times a week, full body. I was doing full body workouts, so I was hitting all of the areas, and then on top of that doing those walks as well. So to me, I know some people don't really like the full bodies, but I feel like 3 or 4 of those good sessions a week for me, again, helped me just with my mental. I started to notice like the changes in toning in my body and things like that, and I really want to get back to that. So for number 4, my sleep. I sleep okay, but I definitely can improve it. I'm going to sleep around maybe between 11 and 1, and I usually go to sleep at 9. I'm in the bed by 9, and I go to sleep 30 minutes within that 30-minute period. I want to get back to that, because going to sleep at 9, waking up at 5:30, and that would help me kind of like knock out that early morning, just bit of my active living. So I want to get back. And then I think it was one more. I think it was the tracking of my metabolic rate, and that was just doing the heart rate and everything. So I use my Fitbit for that, and those ranges are really good. They pretty much stayed the same. So resting was about 50 to 55, and then active, let's say if I'm walking, it's at like 110, 115, and then working out, lifting, and doing a full body workout, it ranges just depending on what I'm doing. So I definitely want to get back to that. But that is all the ways I plan on knocking out those goals. But I appreciate you listening, and best of luck to everybody on their healthy living plan, and I will see you later. Ciao.